one time, and then that was it.
Forever,
It was
he
about
said.
it, yeah.
So I just
What's
started.
that?
We just went live.
We just went live.
There
while
we
you
go.
guys were being all lovey-dovey.
Oh, hugs.
No.
Are you gonna fall asleep like mid-podcast?
He's laying down. He's getting comfortable.
No, I feel pretty. I feel pretty good. I did go to my room because the small child is out there. You know how it is, Nick.
Small children
How old are
take
your
over the
kids,
house.
man?
4 and 7.
Yeah, so I'm right there. He's 5 now.
Yeah. So yeah, you split the difference. I just got yelled at by one of them, so that's why I'm out here in the garage hiding out.
Not a bad move. The garage would be good, actually.
Yeah, it's heated back here. You at home in Wisconsin?
Yeah, dude, it's like 20-mile-an-hour winds and not heated.
I was gonna say it's gotta be cold as shit. It just got cold down here.
It is super cold right now.
Fun.
It's deer hunting season. It's always cold during deer hunting.
Yeah, it's called winter, I believe.
It is.
Turn your phone sideways, Cody. There you go.
Better?
Yeah. You do have a bad angle going though, where you're gonna have a double chin no matter what, like that.
Yeah, that actually came just recently.
I'm pretty sure.
Look up, it goes away.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make like a chick. They know exactly how to position the camera so that they don't get that.
That's very true. Very true.
So that was basically the intro. I think it might have played on the internet. I don't know. We just didn't hear it, but so it was just a little bit of guitar music. I had it working earlier, and then for some reason all of a sudden I got in here with you guys, and then it wouldn't play for me. So sick.
Sure.
So anyway, we're brought to you by
Technology, man.
by eMOTOcons. Shut up, we're doing commercials. By eMOTOcons. So you can go in the App Store and get eMOTOcons for your iPhone. They are now 99 cents. So hurry up and buy them. And also emotocons.mobi. And we
Selling like hotcakes.
Selling like hotcakes. Get them before they're all gone. Just kidding. They're digital. Everybody gets them. And motionpro.com. They have tools and parts and cables, but mainly tools. Pit boards. You ever use a pit board, Cody?
I do. I have one in the garage, and I think we just strictly use it when we were driving down the road to write certain messages to other cars.
Yeah, it sounds like trouble.
It brought a lot of smiles.
Smiles to yourselves. To everybody.
Love it. This is starting off like this is gonna be fun. I could tell.
Yeah, well,
it's going really fun.
We got a lot of history.
No, it is fun. I'm not being sarcastic.
Who else are we brought by? Oh, Stroker Industries. They make the trigger, so you can self-venting push-button gas nozzle for your race jug, so you don't spill on your graphics. And I think that's it. TwoWheelsToFreedom.com. There you go. We're done.
Do I get to put a commercial in?
Sure, yeah. What do you want to... WI-FMX. W-I.
W-I. FMX, yeah. Keeping the good times rolling, I think. No, keep the good times rolling is what the shirt says.
He's not sure what his tagline is. That's good. Your wife came over there, didn't she?
For Instagram? Is that what we're talking about?
I'm talking about your shirt and your tagline.
Oh. Can you see it? Darn it. Yeah.
No.
This is the wrong shirt to have. I should have the Psycho Sports Cartel shirt on, I guess.
There you go. Is that your second ad?
Right here.
Oh,
there it is.
Beautiful, Nick. Yeah, buddy.
He just stepped it up on you. He's a better promoter for your stuff than you are.
Dang. Yeah,
That's from Keeper. Keeper gave me that.
Who?
Definitely wore the wrong shirt tonight.
Guy Cooper?
No, Mike Keeper.
Oh, Keeper.
Am I saying that right, or I gotta say that with like a Canadian accent?
Keeper. Is that the wrong accent too?
Yeah, it's definitely Keeper.
Keeper?
We're idiots.
Mike Keeper.
Hey, Keeper. Hot on.
He spells it though. It's not Keeper. It's Kie.
Caper.
Yeah, I before E. Everybody knows that.
Caper.
Not Keeper. Not Keeper.
Except after C. It's always I before E.
So this thing, whatever one of you guys are talking, it makes you bigger. Does it do that on your screen?
Yeah.
I just realized that. I don't know if it wasn't working before or if I had too much shit going on my screen.
How many of these have you guys done? And you're just figuring this out?
You're not.
We've done a bunch.
Dude, the first 25, I would say, the first 5 minutes of each of them are just us trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
You were always the tech guy, Clint.
No. How do I end up doing all this stuff?
I guess it wasn't really you, but you always had somebody videoing, you were videoing, or somebody was always videoing.
Yeah. Well, I had a bunch of people. I did hire Kyle to video, and then I always had photographers around and stuff. But then, yeah, when I didn't have Kyle and Paul and I were doing everything, he and I would just film it. So we'd go out and ride, and then we'd just take the camera out and film each other, and then Kyle and Ray and those guys, and then go back home and drink a bunch of whiskey, and then put those mixtapes out. That's exactly how that actually worked. We would film that day, go home, use that footage from the day, drink whiskey, and make a video. It was like once a week. I know, cheers.
That sounds like Paul Smith there. He was definitely the video guy too.
Well, yeah, he was editing everything at that time, so I just stood behind him and told him what, I was like, let's do this or let's do that. I mean, eventually he started doing some I wasn't around or whatever. There's some, you could tell the music change. See, that was our deal. I always picked the rap, and then he would pick the rock song for it. So we'd do 3-minute video, and it'd have like half and half rap and half rock. And then eventually I wasn't around, and he did one, and he used like this Little John song where he's just swearing the entire time. And I was like, what? Like, what do you got going on here, dude?
Keeper did the same thing. He made a GoPro video of my farm, and it was to like, I don't know, Lil Wayne maybe, but it said fuck probably 60 times in about 37 seconds.
Yeah.
and it's, of course, it's like the first video that comes up when you Google Wisconsin FMX.
Nice.
Classic.
I just
Classic.
Can you pull videos up, Clint? Not that we're going to watch a whole video, but...
Yeah.
Dude,
you can hear him say fuck at least like 10 times.
Any of you guys see that video that Rossi just had made a little bit ago when we were up at Scott's house?
No.
Not that I remember.
I wonder if I could send you... I got an email address, but... to you while we're doing this.
Is there stuff on YouTube?
Yeah, it just says FMX, though, I think. You could try, like, Escanaba FMX. Blessed FMX is Rossi.
Right. Let me look.
He front flipped at it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Portable setup was pretty sketchy, too. Higgins and my Negro Hicks were there, and halfway through getting the ramp back, Hicks overjumped it and dislocated his shoulder.
Nice.
So he was out. And what's his name? Justin Hoyer, the snowmobile dude. He wouldn't even jump that landing. It was pretty gnarly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then Rossi front flipped
really
it.
gnarly on anything.
You know, MFR gives 0 F.
It's true.
He gives 0 F.
0. I didn't even want to flip to it. It took me a long time.
Yeah, that sounds.
I talked to Ed like randomly. I send him Instagram like clips of like chemtrails. That's pretty much all I send him anymore. That's how we talk.
Edward's getting a little out of hand with that.
I like it. I want to see him get wild.
He's an extremist for sure.
Fired up. Yeah, exactly. That's good people.
He's a good dude for sure. He keeps telling me that the world's gonna end, and then every day he says it is, and it doesn't. We don't talk about it. We just kind of let it go.
Just move on. Well, that'll happen.
Don't crush his.
It probably will, I guess. I don't think it's gonna happen I don't know if it's gonna happen in our lifetime, but maybe Cohen's. So
yeah, that's the crazy part, right?
Yeah, that's why. Luckily for him, I've been purchasing a lot of guns and bullets because if you need something, you just get it with guns and bullets.
That's true. You can barter. You can barter for anything with guns and bullets.
Yeah.
If you want to call it bartering. Yep.
You say, listen, I need such and such. You are going to receive these bullets if you do not give it to me.
At like 2,800 feet per second.
Or you're going to receive them, and then I'm going to take your shit anyway.
Sounds like a trade.
That's right.
Then you end up with, there's this one guy sitting there with a ton of fucking bullets being like, yeah, I got robbed like a couple hundred times.
Problem with so many bullets is it's really hard to carry. We're going to need a deuce and a half or whatever they call them, like 6-wheel army trucks.
What we need is digital bullets. Did we lose sound?
Am I quiet?
I thought my...
No, I think everybody just stopped talking at the same time.
No, see, I'm loading Instagram and it's fucking slowing my shit down. What is going on? You getting a call?
See, we start talking about...
Yeah, my mom's calling me.
Jan!
Bring her on.
Call me about 6 times a day.
About what? What does she need to talk to you about?
See if I can turn you guys back up. You got really quiet now.
What does she need to talk to you about?
Pretty much anything. Like,
okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
You guys are still quiet.
Why are we so quiet?
We're just not saying anything. We're shy.
I don't know. Huh. Okay. Well, you were super loud a minute ago, but now you're like muted. Oh no.
Do you
that
see
picture?
I just put up, for people that are listening on audio, I put up a picture of Ed Rossi at Blessed FMX and Cody doing one-handed seat grabs, executioner type of things. Well, Cody's going more executioner, and Ed's going just, like yoga pose, one hand as far upwards as he can get. Open your shoulders, Ed. Open your shoulders.
Who would you give that one to? I guess Ed's arm is more extended upward.
Well, it's a different thing.
That's a tough one.
You're going for your heels.
You know, it's all about timing in our game.
Yeah, picture-wise?
For sure.
Yeah, I was never... my shit always, like, snapped at the end, so nobody ever got really good pictures. Wah.
Got some decent ones on the old Instagram. I rarely put anything on there, though.
Yeah, I realized that when I was searching for stuff.
Yeah, my bad.
I was like, this guy's got, like, 4 pictures of him riding. Are you still riding the quad?
Okay, so after the tibia plateau fracture, I was riding the quad on, what, I think it was Monday. I did like 20 flips on it. Came home Tuesday, and Wednesday, I went to the BMX track and broke my tibia plateau there. So it's been like a year and a half, and I've not rode it.
Are you over it?
No, because I got this like sweet 2010 quad sitting in my shed with like 7 hours on it.
That's not even outdated for a quad, is it?
No, I mean, like, sell it for, like, you know, barely ridden.
Stock, they're all... Yo, stock, they're all outdated. You can't even jump them.
That's true. That thing is old stock.
It's already
You
out.
put some,
It's already outdated
pipes
then.
on it.
I gotta go search for a charger now because I took my charger out here. You guys want to see the 5-year-old?
Let's see him.
Say hi.
What up, dude?
He's on my motorcycle, buddy.
I'm out of here.
You ride? That dude raced his first race this last summer.
Nice.
Oh, yeah?
You guys
Was he
still
riding?
here?
Yeah.
I don't know why you're so quiet now on my end.
Because you live in the woods as well. And your internet is probably... You got dial-up.
Let me plug you in here and see if it gets better.
Do you have dial-up?
Clint's trying to play
Cody?
that video. I think it's slowing it down.
I did play the video of
Alright,
Ross
how about
Dog
that?
throwing a front flip.
I couldn't see it, Clint.
Is it up?
It's just sitting there. Pause.
Okay.
Cody, can you hear us?
Here he comes.
I'm
Hold
pretty
on.
sure it's how the first moon landing went.
I don't think Ed ever crashed one.
Front flip?
There he goes, front flipping.
Yeah.
Should I be talking
Yeah.
so I'm the bigger picture? You always know
No,
it's,
Yeah, I think you gotta talk while you're playing it.
you always know it's Ross Dog because he goes burp 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 burp.
yeah, is he got to chop it like a... He's got to chop it like a third time on the peak or what?
There you go. I'll put it over the screen. No, that's just how Ed rides all the time. Well, wait, it's got to
I
start
know,
over.
but I'm saying, does he have to like add another chop to the throttle for the front flip?
Oh no, I don't know how that thing doesn't bog. If he does all that chopping. Dude, the guy can ride. There's no doubt about that. He's just a little crazy, which is why we like him.
Yeah, he's that. Exactly.
There is only one Ed Rossi.
Ed
is
motherfucking
true.
Rossi, all right? Don't forget his full name. He would.
Yeah, he's saved in my phone as EMFR.
He literally used to introduce himself as Ed motherfucking Rossi. The first time he would meet people, he'd be like, "I'm Ed motherfucking Rossi." It's literally how he would introduce himself. It is not a joke. He knew who I was from the interweb or something.
Clint, you'd be proud of me. I rocked this mohawk all summer.
I
And
am proud.
now it's just this super shaggy giant thing on top of my head.
It's just tipping over.
Well, I comb it over because not everyone appreciates a good mohawk.
Yeah, I was gonna say that never stopped you before. I'm pretty sure you had a foot tall mohawk when we were on tour. Did we go away? Did you not hear that?
No, I heard you. I feel like the mohawk is a part of me.
You engrave it. Gravid always had a mohawk too.
Yeah, he did.
So, when did you break your tib fib?
Let's see. That was end of July. Not this last summer, the summer before.
I did mine in March. So we were 4 months off.
Of 16?
Yeah. We were 4 months off.
Yeah. How long did it take you till you felt like you could kickstart your 450?
Well, I did my left leg. So, but I mean, my issue is that the infection and stuff. I got an infection as well, so then I had to have so months out. My leg is like, dude, you touch the front of my leg, I would just about scream, like it was excruciating. And then the scar on the front of my shin where they put the plate in just opened up. It didn't heal. Like I had one on my knee and I had one on my shin because I did my tibial plateau as well. And I tore my meniscus, and I did tib fib down below, and a compound that it came out. So I guess from the bone coming out, it got germs, whatever bacteria on it, and then that got the infection. So the infection spread from the actual broken end of the bone, and then spread through my leg till then when the incision on my shin wouldn't heal, so it just opened back up. So then I had to go get a skin graft on that. So I was fucked for quite a while.
Where'd they take the skin from?
My crotch.
Yes.
Let's get specific.
Yeah, I got crotch skin on my shin. I'll kick you in the face.
If you need any more, I feel like I've got some
extra crotch skin.
Elbow. Can you see it? Hold on. Wait for it. Is this a good angle?
You've got extra.
Feel it? What?
That's called your weenus. It really is. That's fucking gross.
I feel like if I need an extra ball sack, I got one on my elbow.
Yeah. Why did you discover this?
Some buddies of mine pointed it out, I guess. Apparently I have a lot of extra skin on my elbow.
He just knows his body, Clint.
He's in touch with his body.
It adds zero extra padding when you fall on your elbow.
That's good to know. I don't feel jealous now of your large weenus.
I was hoping to maybe double my bag size up, but said it was a risky surgery.
But think about all the extra room for activities when you're done.
Yeah. Man, how do I turn you guys back up? What did I do?
You just turned your camera off. There you go.
I ruined it?
So do you have a schedule for this winter? Are you there?
Huh. I'm pushing buttons and messing with it now.
Do you already know what your deal is this winter?
I got you back loud again.
Good job.
Thank you. Tech guy. this winter,
coming up.
I'm still chasing the motorcycle dream.
Are you doing monster jams?
No. I have not talked to a certain individual, who I won't say his name, over the interweb.
All right.
But it comes before Tuesday. Anyway, I was talking with the BMX dudes, Micah, just the other day. He wants me to build some ramps for him. So the last couple winters, I've been building ramps for him. He was on the phone when I was on the phone with him the other day. A certain individual called him, and I asked him to ask that guy if there was anything this winter.
Sick on Monday. Sick on Monday.
Yes, that individual.
Okay.
So close. So, he didn't, when Micah asked him if he had anything for me, he didn't say no, but yet he has not called me in probably...
How long? Because 2 years?
2 or 3 years he hasn't called me.
Yeah, at all, nothing. That's because We FMX is a threat, and he hates you now.
Yeah, I really thought we were buddies.
You graduated to my level. Congratulations.
Yep, I guess so. So, no, I have not talked with him. This winter's a little bit scary, I guess. I've got a couple things, but those couple things might not last till June, July, August, you know?
Yeah. You're going to be plowing snow.
That's what they do up here, man.
I know.
It always pays the bills.
Yeah, that's where you make the money.
It does. It's those late hours.
The problem is the place that I plow is like closer to New York, and so where I live, we're like 40 minutes from there, right over the mountains, and we get twice as much snow as down there. So, you know, like for it to snow down there at my house, we get like twice as much. We'll get like 6 inches, and they'll get like 3. So I'm like, damn, I need to find a plowing job up here because, you know, it's more often and it's more snow.
I signed up for a plowing job with one of my buddies that he's got a lot of accounts, and they checked my driver's license and said that I was a liability.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was that number 2 that I got in Pennsylvania that really effed things up.
You can plow without a license. You just gotta lie.
Well, they did a driving record test on him. He didn't pass.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I failed a few things, but I did not expect that to be one of them.
Yeah. So your friend doesn't own the. He doesn't own the company. He just works there.
No, he does own it, but his insurance wouldn't cover me, they said. So I had to be a snow blower guy, which actually paid better.
Oh, yeah? You just gotta be outside, and in Wisconsin, it's like negative fucking 20.
Nick, where are you at?
South of Chicago.
Is it getting cold down there yet?
I used to do. Yeah, it's like 20-something right now. It was 50 yesterday, and it's like 25 right now. But it was snowing today. We were doing roofs and building an addition, and you just gotta keep moving.
New addition?
I plowed snow. It's good money, but huh?
Yeah, man. It is definitely good money. Are you framing?
I got framers.
Oh.
We got
your business?
crews. Yeah, we're in business. Why are you framing?
No, well, in between when I was like out of high school and stuff, I built quite a few houses with my buddies that were framing.
Yeah, we do like remodeling stuff. We've been getting into a lot more of that this year, so it
Nice.
keeps me from sleeping at night, but it keeps us busy when we're not just doing roofs and stuff.
For sure. What do you guys mostly do? Remodels or roofs?
Mostly roofs, and then like some siding, and now remodels, kitchens, baths, and stuff. Whatever makes money.
Absolutely, man. I could use your help here maybe come springtime if you're interested in a job in Wisconsin that really doesn't pay well. But we have cold beer.
Sold.
I can feed you and stuff. It'll be so much fun.
Yo, they're gonna get the squeaky cheese curds. They don't squeak on your teeth.
I'll send some home with you. You send them to Clint.
If they don't listen, they better squeak on my teeth by the time they get here. That's all I'm saying.
No guarantee.
I need to ride again.
He's trying to threaten
What's
us.
that? You need to ride?
Yeah, I need to fucking ride. It's been a minute.
I might need some help this summer. I do have some. Oh, look at that sexy thing. Show me that again.
It doesn't hardly move. It's the same one I had for a minute. What's the other one? Oh, my son's bike's the only one that runs anymore.
It's still got a carburetor.
Yeah. What the fuck is that thing?
Sure. I have no idea.
Plug it in and charge it up. It'll run.
That's what, I'm just gonna go from carburetor to electric. I'm gonna skip the whole fuel injected bullshit.
Jeff Briggs said, "What's up, Cody?"
What's that?
Jeff Briggs said, "What's up?" And he also said, "Congrats on your marriage."
Man. I had a great night with Jeff Briggs one time down in Daytona Beach, Florida. He let me stay in his hotel room with his family, which was really, really nice. And then they all left early, and I went and sat by the pool and just killed the whole day at the side of the pool getting my tan on. And people watching. It was good.
Where was this at?
Daytona.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Bike week.
It's not like he left you in Iowa.
Yeah, no, I felt like I was in good hands.
He froze up.
This summer though, Clint, going back to the motorcycle stuff, this summer's pretty busy. My June, July, August is pretty slammed. I got myself and some of the boys up here are PRCA cards, which means we can go to those rodeos.
Yeah.
And like we're in their directory as an act and whatnot. It's been keeping me busy.
Yeah, we were doing that one out in fuck, I don't even remember now. Where are those Maverick gas stations from? Salt Lake City, Utah. And it was a PRCA or whatever. The rodeo itself it's run by the town. So they ended up hiring us. So we were trying to get our PRCA cards, but it didn't happen.
Sure. Dude, it's a runaround to get it. I got pretty lucky with how we got ours. The right dudes had already seen us, so they vouched for us, and we got in there. So in a couple weeks here, I'm going to go to Vegas and sit at a booth while all the rodeo committees walk around and sell the shows.
Along with...
So you gotta be in the Pro Rodeo Association or whatever to get in any part of the shows?
Yep.
It's like a union.
At those rodeos, yes.
Well, at least you got it.
They run a tight ship. Yeah, it cost me some money to do still, but whatever. I guess it is what it is. Those groups have hired us, have continued to hire us. Maybe not every year, but every other year, yes, maybe, and sometimes 3-4 years in a row. So we must be doing something right.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we know where to start with that.
So this summer's looking pretty good. I guess I guess we'll be pretty busy. Ultimately, though, I guess going into the future, I see myself out at the old Cavanaugh's carriages there, Clint.
Yeah.
Which I guess, Mark, you were never at my farm, were you?
Did you just call him Mark?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, totally.
I was like, what?
I know he wasn't responding. I was like, he caught that. So.
Yeah, I've been out there. I think that one time. I was out there with Jason and Jack.
Was that when we did one of them shows there?
Yeah, that was, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a while ago.
Okay, no, that sounds right. Yeah, that was probably 8, 9, 10 years ago.
I don't know if it was that long. I think my daughter was like 1. It was probably like 6 years ago.
Okay. Sure.
It was a good time, though.
We like to have fun.
Charles. Yeah.
I guess what I'm getting at with that, though, was I've accepted the fact that I can't ride motorcycles here forever. And I am the only child that, so at some point here, I guess I'm going to have to not necessarily stop riding the motorcycle, but take it easy on that a little bit and drive horses, take care of the farm. My folks are getting old.
Drive horses?
Well, it's a whole other deal.
Clint.
What?
When you start looking at things as like, I mean, you guys obviously rode a lot more than I did, but like, you spend a lot of time getting to a point where it's like, I'm going to make some money doing this. I'm going to get to do shows like I like. And then I know for me, like, I'm done. But that took like a year of telling myself, like, I'm not, because for like a year I was like, yeah, I'll get right back and do this. And then I'm on it again. And then I had to convince myself I was fucking, but it's not like I did, And I had to wrap my head around that.
Clint, have you rode your bike since your leg injury?
Yeah, I like 3 times. I went.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly think my leg's still weak. If I go a little bit long or short, my leg fucking hurts, like right in the middle of my shin. So I don't know. I know the doctor told me that I was going to have to get the plates out of my leg before the infection would be totally gone. And I'm pretty much, I don't have insurance or anything right now, so I'm like, fuck that. So I still got the plates. I also, I took myself off of antibiotics. I basically got to a point and it was like, I feel like I got off of them for a while, and then my legs started to get tender again, so I got back on them. And then like 2 months later, I went back off them, and my leg didn't get tender or anything, so I just stayed off them. But I actually went to Englishtown. Well, I went to Guyana. I did the safari. I rode 1,000 miles in a week, and then which was just like, like dirt roads or whatever. It was kind of, some of them were gnarly when it got wet and stuff down in the jungle. There was big mud puddles and ruts and stuff, but it wasn't anything super crazy. And then I rode practice at Englishtown. And then I rode with Moto Pimps down the shore. I did a 26-mile like trail loop. And then I actually went to Englishtown to race the B class.
Nice.
And won the first moto and hole shotted the second moto and was just pulling away. And then I fucking fell and got my leg stuck under the bike because it was in mud. And the guy passed me. Actually, the second and third passed me, and then I ended up passing third back, so I got third. Or second, I mean.
Did you fall over on your bad leg side?
No, I fell on my good leg side.
Just curious, because if I fall over on my bad leg side, 9 out of 10, 60% of the time, every time, I'm falling over. Like, it's just not strong enough to hold me up.
Well, I wouldn't see. Mine's more like I was riding. Actually, and I went and practiced at a practice track a couple weeks ago. But like I was trying to push, and I was going through the corner. My front end started to push on me. And hello, how are you?
Great.
Sorry, I couldn't make it. I suck.
I had to mistake.
So I put my foot down and my toes kind of caught, and it twisted my leg, and that shit hurt like a motherfucker. So I almost went and sat down, but I don't know. I'm hoping that it goes away the rest of the way and it doesn't hurt like that. But my knee sucks.
Have you jumped a ramp?
No, pretty much over it. I'd like to go and jump some big dirt hits in the hills or something, but I'm not really. Right now, I don't need to get gnarly at all. I'm afraid I'm gonna fucking. My leg's still weak or something. So.
Yeah, will say that I've ridden with caution quite a bit, because if I do fall on that leg, or just crash in general, I guess, that leg's not going to take it very well.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, how old are you?
36.
Oh, you're not that much older. Clint, how old are you?
Hold on.
38.
I'm 34. I just turned 34 Sunday.
Nice. Happy birthday, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
How old's Clint? He's like 40. He's older than Tim Dyson. I know that much, right?
Me and Paul were the same age.
As Dyson or me? I feel like you're the same age as me, aren't you, Clint?
Yeah, I'm 38. I turned 38 in October, at the end of October.
Dang.
So, but I'm retired.
What a bunch of balls.
I don't do anything now. I'm lost.
What are you doing now, Clint?
I don't know. Good question.
He's got jokes.
Yeah, that don't pay anything. That costs me money right now.
No, but that takes time.
Yeah.
Sure.
I do this shit. I mean, this doesn't really fucking make any money or anything, but like I'm just working odd jobs around here for now, trying to set something up. I got a little. I mean, like I said, I got some jobs around here I'm doing and stuff like that just to pay the bills, but that's about it.
So you're making money. That's the goal.
Yeah. Not really good money or anything.
Well, it's fucking money, man.
Survive.
It's not like you're waiting for a check to come in. You're pursuing it.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. That's what it is.
Sometimes I
I'm
look at.
trying to figure out, like, if I went and got a job, could probably make some decent money. But it's a hard pill to swallow after making like flip money and ramp pay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What are you gonna
I guess
make
going back to what I'm looking
money?
at doing. Hey,
What up, dude?
rubber side down, bros. You gotta do. Oh wait, let me move my hand.
What's up?
Side down.
What's up?
Say it loud.
Rubber side down.
That's right, man.
So he's got a TTR 50 that I took the training wheels off, and he was freaked out to ride it because he couldn't touch yet. So I cut the seat, and then I stuck the suspension down with a ratchet strap over it, and that made life good. He could touch then with his toes, and this in the spring here, he started riding with no training wheels at 4.
Nice. So you're gonna Tony Alessi the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's already number 801.
802.
With the bullseye on his back.
He should be 802 because Jeff Alessi's 801.
Damn it! Yeah, good point.
Did you see Blake Shipman's video of like the Moto dad? And he's out there like yelling at the kid, like fucking the kid's on a quad or something. You should watch that. It's pretty funny.
That is awesome. We'll definitely have to check that. But yeah, I guess going back, ride as long as I can. I feel like I've got at least 3-4 good years yet. And then I'm just going to work at the farm. We've been kind of working at our farm, setting it up as like a wedding venue place. And Jess and I obviously got married at the farm. If you saw Facebook, you saw some pictures of it. I foresee that being what I end up doing, taking care of that farm. It's too much for my folks to take care of.
Yeah, I think when I was up there last time, I think Charles Bush, me and him were riding around. You guys got like reindeer or you had all kinds of shit up there, right?
There's a lot there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I was gonna bring my kids up, like I was all, bring them my daughter at the time, but of course it's like hours away, so I flaked. But it definitely looked like it'd be cool for Christmas time.
Yeah, dude, our busy time there, it kind of works good for what I do with riding. Our busy time there is like October, November, December, some of January, and then it kind of dies down there. So it's good. I'm home to help with that, and then usually get on the road like June-ish. Yeah, the 3 months that I'm really busy.
June, July, and August.
I wasn't.
It's great, and then I just watch the bank account go.
Yeah, you stack it away, and then it just disappears.
That's why you gotta have something else to just pay bills, and then when you ride and stuff, then you can just put that away.
That's it. Yep. Absolutely. That's where we messed up, Clint.
Well, I lost all my savings getting hurt. Because I've definitely built savings up a couple times, and then, so like this last time, I set myself up with a little, I sold my house, I made some money on that, I set all of that aside, I had a savings, blah, 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 and then I couldn't work for fucking 6 months. So you figure how that went. And I just bought a truck like a year and a half before that I'm still paying on, so.
They'll teach you to save, Clint. You should have learned.
Yeah. Well, now I don't make enough to barely pay my bills. I can't save anything.
It's all right.
You got to talk to my financial planner, Clint. I married a financial planner, and in your favor because you're saving money. But then when you want to buy stuff, she always tells you that you don't have enough money.
Yeah, when you know you do.
Whatever. She's
I can see the money. It's right there.
She's the one that told me that I needed to buy Rocky's house down in Georgia because it was a good deal. And I was like, listen, it is a good deal, but I don't have $250,000. So it's not a good deal. She was
that went for $250?
Something like that.
How many acres were at Rockies?
5. Well, they had 5. My parents bought the other 30. Remember, they bought that farm there. So there was 35. and then they split it off, and then they just had that house and 5 acres, which ironically, the whole course, my whole riding the secret stash was all on that 5 acres that they owned. So they actually lost the house, and there was nobody in there for like 3 years. So I would just rent a machine and go out there and groom it and rode there for 3 years while the thing was just owned by the bank.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, 250. Like, I feel like the house alone was worth that. There was a pool in there on the back, wasn't there?
Dude, the real problem, I think the bear is in the dumpster right now because I hear a bunch of banging around outside.
You got bears in New Jersey?
Fuck yeah.
Is it just like a hairy gay dude just fucking getting wasted?
Yo, it's a huge bear. I walked out there one time to throw the garbage into the dumpster, and as I'm throwing it, like I was going to throw the bag, and I heard something, and I look up, and there's just this big-ass bear like 30 feet away sitting on the top of this hill. And I'm just like walking backwards away from it, like, all right, I'll get out of here. Sorry, man.
That's pretty awesome.
I didn't know they had bears in New Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey bears. It's Yogi, basically.
They're all offensive and fucking ready to fight.
Yeah. He was like, "What are you fucking throwing in there? Garbage for me? You fucking cocksucker."
You don't recycle? What a fucking asshole.
What is that? There's fucking plastic in here.
Give me that fucking picnic basket.
You jerk off.
First pee break.
What's everybody sipping on? I see bottles and cans. What, IPA there?
Yeah, it's an IPA. It's fucking good, too.
What's it called?
Citrus.
What do you got, Clint?
I got a Citrus Limbo IPA. I don't have enough light for you.
I made a whiskey and 7-Up.
Very nice. Actually, your lovely
well,
wife
to be honest,
made you
Jessica made this one, I guess.
Yeah. She's too good to you.
She makes a good drink. She was way too good to me. So, I guess, well, shit, I should wait till Nick comes back to tell him this part of the story. Well, we got this little house that we're at now. I think it's like total, it's like 1,200 square feet. It's small, but it's on a nice big lot.
The one I was at?
And the town. What's up?
The house I was at? With the basement and everything? Little garage? Yep.
So the town wants to buy this house from us. So just last week, we settled on a price with the town. And I think this next month here, they're going to have a meeting to either approve or not approve it. And it sounds like we're going to be selling this house to the town.
For what?
So,
or what do they want it for? Prostitution ring?
I think they're going to make this woods behind us, they own also. They own like a half mile behind us here. And it's just like a woods, walking trails through it and stuff. So it's a park. It's like a nature park. So I think, honestly, they're going to make this for it. But that being said, I'm going to have some money that I can put into another house. And right before my wedding, I was out at my folks' farm. One of the neighbors that actually has land that butts up to my folks wants to sell me his house with 11 and a half acres. He's got 2 huge pole-style buildings that are both concreted, insulated, finished off inside. The one of them's 30 by 90 long.
Nice.
The other one's 40 by 80. He's got a little horse barn out with some pastures and stuff, so I could put horses there. And it butts up to my folks' land on the far west side. So it sounds like right now that Jess and I are working really hard to buy that.
Nice.
So I guess, Nick, the reason I was asking you before about if what you're doing with framing and stuff, I want to do it's a log cabin house.
Oh shit.
And I feel like small. So I want to do an addition off the north end of it by 48. I think it's 48 foot long. I want to add like a 15-foot addition to that whole side.
Yeah, the whole length of it. And you want it log cabin, or you want it just framed out normal?
I think at that point I would just maybe put fake half logs on the side of it. Or because most people won't ever see it, I might just say, fuck it, inside it, vinyl.
You can do either way. I mean, the one guy, we got a couple guys framing for us. The one guy who travels more, like he just did a thing in Michigan, which is the same distance, basically. He's a guy I grew up with because he raced like my dad's age, and then his kids raced for a little bit. He travels pretty much a project like that size, and he could just stay up there for a month or whatever, you know. He'll travel and crash there for a little bit anymore, but he's into racing still.
Does he like to drink cold beer?
Occasionally, not as much as my dad or myself, but he will. I've talked him into drinking. He just likes to work. Honestly, it's all he does.
Well, so that's what I'm recently trying to figure out. Like, I'm cutting myself pretty low on funds by just buying this place. He's gonna sell it to me for $240. The buildings alone are probably $40,000 buildings with all the concrete and finished off inside.
There's concrete floor.
It's pretty.
So it can't be Cohen's indoor training facility in the winter?
That's what it should be.
Somebody's calling me, I think.
Tell him to fuck off. Doing important stuff.
Decline it.
Dang, you said fuck off.
Fuck off.
You guys are now quiet again, though. How do I fix that?
We don't know how to
watch the Australian Open.
We don't know how to work your fucking droid. I mean, maybe Nick does.
I missed it.
Who's got a droid?
Cody, obviously. That's why it won't work.
Well, good for him.
Sorry,
good
man.
for him.
I haven't got to the iPhone app and stuff yet.
That's why every time he gets
iPhone.
That's why every time he gets a call, it fucking shuts the volume off.
iPhones are for fucking senior citizens.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at him. Look at who looks like a senior citizen right now, trying to figure out how to work this mechanical thingy.
Who invented this damn? Can you hear us, Cody?
I'm definitely not a tech guy, man.
Clint's the fucking hacker, man.
Yeah, Nick is the one.
Tim, you know.
Nick will.
Clint, hey, speaking of that, I was. Oh,
What are you doing? Pulling on your flavor?
I don't think
saver?
I've trimmed that, Clint.
You never trim your flavor saver?
No.
How many flavors are in there?
If it could only tell stories.
You never even trimmed it? They just break off or what? How come it's not like fucking how come it's not like 5 feet long?
It just sheds like a dog.
It does.
It's grosser.
Yep.
It sheds with time.
Sheds its skin every winter.
That's fucking gross.
That was gross. At one point on tour, Cody used to have candy necklaces, and he would fucking ride in them and shower and everything else, and the candies would be all faded and stuff. Then we'd be at some club, and you'd see some chick eating candy off that dirty ass fucking necklace. You're just like,
and that's how you get herpes.
All the time.
Oh,
I did find out you can't shower with them, that's for sure. You literally can't shower with them, but pretty much everything else.
No, I would suggest you not ride with them either.
That's great.
Danny Dwayne, our biggest fan, says that your phone is fucking up his computer.
Damn it.
Nick?
You think it's all that gay porn I looked at?
No, it's just because you got a gay phone.
I think Danny Dwayne's drunk. He said it's like HGTV. That doesn't even make sense.
We are. Yeah, you guys are talking about building houses.
Yeah, but what's wrong? Oh, that's what. Well, I can't see what time he sent each message, so I don't know if that was an hour ago or fucking. Did anybody watch the Australian Open?
Yeah, Australian.
With Ronnie Mack.
Yeah, how did boy Ronnie finish?
It was just him and the goat.
He got beat
he
by
got
the goat.
second.
He did all that talk about goat hunting, and then he got beat by him, huh?
Well, listen.
It looks set up, like kind of WWE.
Cycle Wars, you mean? You know that there was Cycle Wars before Quad Wars.
Yeah.
I actually rode one.
They were ready. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I rode, I don't know if I rode, a freestyle show first or if I rode, Cycle Wars first. But, yeah, I did one, in, like, I don't know, up here in Massachusetts or some shit like that. And, you're all supposed to stay together and kind of battle. And one of us, I don't remember, just fucking pieced out while everybody else ran into each other. It may have been me. And then they were like,
Sounds
hey,
like that might have been you.
Yeah, they were like, hey, you're not supposed to just try and win. And I was like, oh, my bad.
You're like, but I did. Where's my fucking trophy?
Yeah.
As I do recall, Clint, one of your strong points was always listening to what other people told you.
Especially if they wrote down directions, then it was like, done. I got it. No, I don't like reading directions. I feel like they didn't tell me.
You're the only dirt bike.
So,
I feel like they did.
Clint's the only dirt biker who can't handle being told what to do. The only one.
For sure. So, can you guys tell how many people are watching us or listening?
There's 4.
Yeah, there's 600 right now.
There's 4, and Nick's
on
here.
You fucked it up.
Nick's on here, and I'm on here, so that means there's actually 2 other people watching this. But this isn't
that's a record.
This isn't when we need to do at least for like the opener of Supercross a live one, because that actually when we did Las Vegas last year, that's the most views we had on a live broadcast ever. We had like 200 people actually tuned.
Me and you?
Yeah, the Las Vegas one. We were also on for 3 hours, but yeah, throughout the time.
Still, we're always on for a couple.
Right.
That's awesome. It's a lot of people.
Yeah. So, Danny said he's a little beer buzz, mostly weed. He said.
Josh and I still tell the story about how we initially met Ross Hill at the Atlanta Supercross.
Yeah, go ahead, elaborate.
Who?
Ross Hill. He
Okay,
fights
so
bulls.
Ross Hill, he's the world champion bullfighter. Brings his friend from southern Alabama up to Atlanta for Supercross. Clint introduces Ross and my buddy Josh to Clint introduces Ross to Josh and I, and there was one other dude that was with Ross, but anyway. We went, of course we had to have like a pre-party to the Supercross. So Friday night we went out to the bar downtown, and
that's the DMXS pre-party.
It was Jack Daniels I decided was what we were gonna do.
Yeah, but DMXS is that's a internet. It's like probably the first fucking motocross internet radio show, but they always do a pre-party. Also at Tongue and Groove. At least usually, but I think they've changed venues over the last couple of years.
Well, how many people were at that bar that night that we were there, Clint?
I don't know. It was fucking shoulder to shoulder.
That was Saturday night.
Why, was there nobody?
Friday night?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because you and everybody else puked.
I don't recall.
Jack,
is that weird?
Jack Daniels. You don't remember that?
What bar? Was it at Tongue and Groove as well, or was it someplace else?
Yeah, no, we went to Tongue and Groove the night before, and there was like 10 people in there, and we decided to start doing shots of Jack, and Ross Hill and his buddy were definitely the only two with cowboy hats on, so I felt like Jack was the answer.
Yo, and weren't all these girls running up to them, like, talking to him, and I'm like, Ross, what the fuck is going on? He's like, this cowboy hat. They were like the only two cowboys in there.
That sounds more like Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday night, it was like you, me, Josh, and Ross and his buddy talking to each other. And we got wasted on Jack Daniels. And pretty much everybody puked. Except yours truly, which I'm still proud of. And Josh puked in your van, like as we're pulling in your driveway. Fucking Josh puked in your van as he was trying to get out. And then we all felt absolutely fantastic for Supercross on Saturday.
Yeah, I've done that a bunch of times. Ruined the whole weekend on Thursday or Friday.
That wasn't the year I went down, was it?
No. What year was this, Clint?
I don't know. You're the one telling the story.
Dude, okay, how about this? Do you remember the super hot chick that my redhead buddy Josh, the quad rider?
Yeah.
Dude, I was there.
You were
there? I totally was there. Yeah, because I remember that happening.
Yeah.
I remember Josh being there. I don't remember Cody being there.
And we're all like...
Was Austin there?
Probably. Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah, because when I got there Friday night or whatever, I got there late, and Clint was just wasted at the bar just drinking PBR, and I got there, and he, like, turned, and he just, like, growled at me. Like, I was like, hey, Clint, what's up? I was like, I just drove fucking 1,000 miles, and now he's being fucking weird.
Weird. Whatever.
God, that's why we got to record everything.
I was probably browned out.
Yeah, you woke back up. You came back too.
That's good.
You still drove us home, Clint.
Champion.
Allegedly, you gotta say that.
Did I drive?
On audio recordings.
Well, I feel like statute of limitations on that one is over. But why would I drive?
Really good question. I think you were the first one to puke, so that we just went with that.
Or I cleaned it out.
It's like he's good to go.
Yeah, put a little water back in that hole, and we're all right.
Yep. That was a great weekend, man. That was a fun time.
And didn't Josh take that? Didn't she ride back with us? because I remember him just being super cuddly the whole time, and you know, with good he was just like, I'm not letting that one go. He's just like,
no, hold on. One of the best parts of the story is that you pulled him aside at a certain point. He always tells it. You looked him straight in the face, and you told him, "Don't you fucking lose that. Don't you fucking."
Yo, I seen a 10.
He held on.
I seen a 10 hanging with a 4, and I was like, listen, this is your one chance. I don't know what's going on with her right now, but you better just not fuck it up.
God, can you imagine the regret on her point on Sunday morning?
Where she woke up at the house? Some random house out in the middle of fucking Douglasville?
That was great.
I do remember them coming down in the morning. He was fucking super stoked.
He jumped downstairs, clicked his heels.
Yeah, he might as well have.
He still likes to actually bring up a picture of her here and then and be like, "Go there."
Yeah, he's like, what's up?
I would frame that if I were him.
That's good.
Pretty epic. Yeah, man, that was a great weekend there. Man, all the good times that I've had in Georgia with you and Austin and Kyle and little Ray, and man, we had some good times out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Little Ray sounds like a rapper.
Little Ray, baby Ray.
Baby Ray.
Actually,
I'm trying to find this picture because I know I have the. Oh fuck! My phone went dead.
I almost had him on tonight, but they said that they were gonna get done with the show at 9:30 or 10, and I was like, you know what I mean? We're already rolling well into that by that point, so I'll fucking line that up with him at some point, I'm sure. Did you come down to that first contest I had at Bremen? I don't think he did. Where we were at a motocross track and I carved the whole thing out, made like big dirt hits on it and stuff. We made one of the jumps a landing for the ramp. Yeah, they had like a 80-foot table on the course, and we got in the dozer and just pushed that thing up super steep, and then pushed the landing up real tall too. So it was like 85 foot, like 13, 14 foot face on it. It was sweet.
No, I also do miss the good old Durham Town days.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Were you there when I won the championship drinking belt? If you were on tour, I mean, I feel like you weren't there if you don't remember.
I remember the belt, but I don't think I was.
It was at Durham Town. Cause I wasn't riding the tour anymore at that point, the ramp to ramp tour, and so I didn't see you guys, and you're like, I kept hearing about this drinking belt, and then you guys are like, we're coming to Durham Town or whatever for the week. So I literally drove out there, rode with you guys, and it was just like, I'm winning the drinking belt tonight, and because I'm not normally the drinker of the group, everybody's like, oh yeah? And then I commenced to just hammer moonshine in the hot tub. And then the last thing I remember clearly was having my nuts hang out of my shorts and explaining how to get to my house on the veins. Like it was a map.
Yes, that's always a classic. Yeah, good one. Classic maneuver there.
So Mike at Durham Town used to have this old partner who then like screwed him over or whatever, and he left his K10 Blazer, or K2 or whatever it was, the big Blazer.
Yeah, K5 I think is what that was. Maybe it looked like a Bronco.
Yeah, like, but the big ones. Not like a Bronco 2 or whatever, the old original ones, the big ones.
A big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody left that thing there, and it was just sitting out in the field. And at first he goes, "If you guys can get that running, you can smash it or whatever." And I was like, "Done deal." So I grabbed Connors and maybe one or two other people, maybe Kuzno or me, Connors and Kuzno or something. And I was like, "Let's go get that thing running." So we just took something out there, put some jumper cables on it, and it literally like fired right back up. And then we brought it in, and we're like, we're gonna charge it up, and then just go and smash it. And at that point, Mike realized I was going to smash. It was going to be completely totaled somewhere on one of the motocross tracks somewhere. And he put the kibosh to it. So then he ends up a little bit later. He ends up getting like a half a stick of dynamite or something himself, and he lights it and he throws it out into this field. And he gets up in the morning, and there's a big hole in the door of his truck, his like personal truck, and he tries to yell at us.
Nice truck.
Yeah, he tries to yell at us, and somebody's like, "No, remember you threw that stick of dynamite or whatever, half stick of dynamite," and he was like, "Oh." So that was it. He didn't get anybody yell at anybody, but. And then there's probably
yell at people if he could.
Yeah, probably stuck in my camcorder. There's a video, and it has me. It's like a mini DV video. This is how long ago this was. And I was holding on to my camera, and I was ramming into it with my shoulder and just smashing the doors in because I thought we were going to wreck it. So somewhere there's a video of it. Like I said, I think it's stuck in my camcorder, but...
We've never been destructive. No. Yes, we have.
Remember that one of the best ones with you is we were up in Youngstown, and remember we left our gangs or something like that, and you had something hanging on your rear view window, your rear view mirror.
Oh. Our gangs. Okay, I like where we're at here. We're at Boca's, okay.
We're at Boca's house. We go down to our gangs, and we're leaving there. You got to remember this. And there was like a garter or something from a wedding that you caught hanging off of your rear view mirror. And you said something, and I swiped at it with my hand, and I missed it. And you were like, "What?" And I grabbed it again, and it ripped your whole mirror off of the window. And I
think that was Jessica's underwear on the mirror.
Maybe. So you turn to me and you just go, you're just like, I don't remember, real like a dad. You're just like, "Clint," you know, I don't remember exactly your words, but I was just like, oh, I just turned into a little kid, and I'm just like, you're right. You're totally right. Like this, like you're like.
No, I totally remember that. You totally ripped my mirror off, just being drunk and silly. And I turned and looked at you. I was like, "What the fuck, Clint?"
Yeah, like if I did that in your truck, if I did that in your truck, you'd be mad. And I was just like, "Oh man."
You're totally right. Yeah. No, dude, that was one of the nights we went to our gangs. Absolutely. Driving home from our gangs. And, of course, I drove because I drove all the time because I'm not scared.
Well, obviously, I was the drunk one that time.
Yeah, you shouldn't have drove.
No, for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, man, that's great. No, I forgot about that one. That's for sure. Good old Youngstown, man. I miss hanging out with Boca.
Yeah, we got rid of the freestyle jumps there.
He did. Yeah, he made it all fun and safe. And
although, I mean, the track looks sick, but I wish at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is at least the 110 there?
That jump?
Yeah. The big dog at the end of that
No, I
rhythm.
think they're all gone.
Oh.
I think they're all gone.
See, he should have made a
Sad
straightaway.
story.
Should have made a track straightaway at that jump, and then just had a berm, so then it turned off. Or you could just be like, yeah, off the top of the berm.
That rhythm section was cool though, man. That was a lot of fun. That was when he had like a skate park, and then just wanted to make a motocross track, so that's where it went.
Well, they always had the motocross track. But anyway, this section, so is pretty much, I would say, all of our favorite sections on the track. All the jumps were like pretty freestyle for sure. They were all peaky, popped you up there. And the first one was what, like 55 feet? The second one, there was only, what was there, 3 or 4?
I think there was only 3.
Yeah, so then the second one was like 70 or 75, and then the last one was 110 to the sweet spot. So we were all on 2 strokes at the time, so you're just second drop, then second hard, and then click third in the air and roll through that thing like you're in second hitting a 75-foot ramp. Just bop, yo, through the face of that thing. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, buddy. Yep, no, that was when I feel like Youngstown was the good old days there.
Hey, were you there when Jack? Oh, I know a good Youngstown story with Cody. We get there and we start riding, and we're just warming up on the track, and it's like second lap, and I'm like cruising around, blasting around the track, and I look back, and there's just a bunch of dust, and Cody's like stuck in the fence. We haven't been there for 5 minutes, and what'd you do? You broke your arm or something?
My wrist, like, really bad. I've still got the subframe of that bike because it's so twisted. But yeah, I've got a picture of you and I standing at the back of my truck, and my arms all wrapped up because I had surgery there in Sharon.
Oh yeah, scary thought.
You guys came and picked me up from the hospital. Yeah, I had surgery there at Sharon. Youngstown's been hard to me. A couple times it bit me hard.
I tell people all the time, riding with Cody, I'm like, if he gets through the first 5 minutes, he's good. I was like, and then he's solid, but for some reason, the first 5 minutes, I'll fucking bite him.
It's either going to go good or bad. Yep.
You just get right, you get out there, get into it, and then, you know what I mean? If you get through the first 5, then fucking game on.
Yep. Oh, I remember that day. That day was harsh.
So there was like
got to spend a couple nights in the hospital there.
Yeah, there was like a fast roller section there, and it's like hard pack, and there's like a fast roller section, and there was a big ass right where he crashed. Like there was this rock that was like a little smaller than like a volleyball or something. And I'm like, where the hell did that thing come from?
Yep.
You shoot it out here, and he's like, oh, I think I fucking hit it. Just right all the way right off into
of course, my tire found the edge of it.
Yeah.
Oh, classic Youngstown.
Yeah. Were you there when Jack Rowe flipped that dirt hit?
No, but I heard about it.
Yo, so we're there, and he's like, I don't know, he's still young as fuck, like 18, 19. And he starts rolling over. There was this jump. You had to roll up the landing on one of the other jumps. It was a dirt hit, like along the same ridge as the big jump, but it was like way closer. It wasn't from that takeoff. There was another ridge in closer.
Yeah, like off to the right, there was another.
Yeah, exactly.
Something you could jump to that. Yep.
To the landing, but off to the right of it. So he starts rolling over the landing, hitting it. Now, the lip in that takeoff is like, it was just built, and it's kind of powdery, and it's like blowing out on him. And it was blowing out like throughout the day. And he's like, jumping it, looking up, jumping it, looking up, jumping it, looking up, jumping it, looking up, and he fucking comes over to he comes over to me, and I'm like, I wouldn't flip that. Like, why would you flip that? He's like, no, 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 you know. So he keeps jumping it, and he comes back over to me, and I literally was just tired of watching him do that, and I go, you got it, just fucking pull it. Like, just pin it and pull it. And at the same time, I'm in my actual mind, I'm going, it's a stupid idea. And but I'm just like, literally I'm just tired of watching him do it. And I just go, yeah, man, you totally got it. He yanks as hard as he fucking can. He's just all rev limiter on 2-stroke, all the way around, rides his front wheel out. You know, he's like, fucking, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I came around.
You lived. How old do you think he was there? 18?
I don't know, 18, 19, something like that. He certainly wasn't 21.
Yeah. No. Jack had the, I don't care. It's Jack's world.
I know that. We're just living in it.
We're just living in it.
I need to have
Classic.
him on. There's a lot of good Jack stories. Actually, Youngstown's the first place I ever met him. He was 17 riding with Brian Henning.
Oh, man, yeah.
The two of them just come out there and we're just throwing down. And I'm just like, who are these fucking young assholes? Get these guys out of here.
Nope. Little rubbery kids.
Yep.
It's another world of freestyle motocross now, that's for sure. Kids got foam pits, learning to flip so young. And
well, you have to. You gotta have one or get in with somebody, you know.
Back when we started, Clint, there wasn't even flips. You'd be lucky if you did a double grab.
I know it.
Pretty badass.
I know it. Yo, when I started, I was winning monster jams with a seat grab. What?
Yeah.
I did the first monster jam in a stadium to have freestyle motocross in it, and I won it with a seat grab. And the crowd got so loud that I thought my bike shut off. And I landed, and I'm like, had to pull in the clutch and rev it. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's running. It was in Tampa. And this is
awesome.
Probably 02.
Nice. Yeah, sounds about right.
01, 02.
Yeah. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. We've definitely seen a lot of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, can't complain. Even all the, you know, that's the thing is, like I was talking to somebody about doing whatever vacations, and I'm like, even if you just got a free vacation, riding vacation out of it, I'm like, that's sick. And they're like, well, no, you know, you want to make money and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're getting experience and you're saving all that money. Think about how much vacations cost.
Yeah.
So if you think about our lives, I realize we're not rich or anything. But if you paid for all the, like, we never could have paid for all those vacations and all the shit we saw.
Oh, no way, dude. Yeah, my motorcycle, like, I thought about that when I got to go to Dubai. There's no way I could have afforded that trip had it not been paid for by somebody else.
Right. Exactly.
Oh.
What are you
totally
doing?
Sitting down and taking a piss because while we're talking, oh.
This is a first.
This is my window. I look. What? Everybody has to get off the phone while they take this?
Yeah. And you're sitting down to pee.
Well, I have to because I don't think I can do everything at this point.
I feel like it'll be really loud. It's quiet now. We don't actually hear you peeing. So for everybody just on audio, I'm just looking at him sitting on his toilet right now. looking out his window that I guess he looks out while he takes his dumps in the morning.
What you do when you gotta drop deuces? You stare out the window.
You stare out the window and you go, "Yup, snowing again."
It's getting cold. Getting cold.
I'm watching. Well, I'm not watching. It's on the Who Killed Tupac thing on A&E.
Who did kill Tupac?
I don't know. It's like Oak Island. They don't ever find anything. They look and they look, but they don't ever find.
Yep. Damn it. We'll never know.
We'll never know, and we can't get him back.
Someone must have really died.
Unless he didn't die, like all those conspiracies say.
He's just living it out somewhere.
Yeah.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're back. We're back.
What do you think about, since you were around Rossi, what do you think about the front flip ramp?
Man, I think it's really cool. Do I want to have to do that? Not really.
Well, that's the reason I've cited the most for being glad that I'm the only silver linings. Or one of the reasons that I was kind of, I would say that this, I just wish I had left on my own terms. I basically got hurt and then I stopped, but I was kind of, it's the conversation we had earlier, like what the fuck was I going to do to make that type of money? And there isn't anything. And I'm realizing now, like you said, you didn't get hired for the thing because your driving record, and I don't have a bad driving record, but my resume is literally I owned freestyle motocross teams. And everybody's like, did what? What's it called? So, I probably hung in there a little longer than I needed to. But, yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm not even thinking about the shit that those dudes are doing.
No, man, it's at such a level that it's gnarly. It's always been gnarly. It's gnarlier. And to be doing front flips off special ramps, I'm just happy where I'm at, I guess. Doing the demos that I do. I've got a fan base, but we've got happy customers with the demos that we do. So keep doing that, and at the same time, I guess, try to make my farm in Wisconsin here great. Again.
Make farms great again?
That's it. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Obviously, the little man, he loves riding motorcycles. He catches air on his TTR and loves it. Do I want to push him into freestyle motocross? No.
Push him into racing.
If he wants to do it.
Tony will less him into racing.
Yep, that's what I got to do. I got to less him.
That's right, because racing, that's what I've realized now, being, out of it and trying to think about, I want to get an industry job, right? Well, racing looks at freestyle as, a fucking joke, and I'm a nobody fucking freestyler, so I certainly don't have any clout with any of those people, So I would probably be in racing, and then at least there's more, more people that are actually in the industry versus the outlying industry, which is what's a freestyle company? The biggest one is obviously the militia, What else is there? What else is there left other than freestyle motocross teams? SRH. I don't know if you consider that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not too many dudes. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Um, we were doing really good. We were doing really good, and it's got to the point where it's just so gnarly. I feel like the Nitro Circus is doing their shows and showing the gnarliness of it in a quick flash.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a quick flash because they make a great show out of it. But they've got the gnarliest dudes. Me and Kenny Bartram go to the rodeo thing and hang out. Me and Biden have a couple beers together and talk about it. But yeah, it's at a level that him nor I want to push to anymore. And I guess I've accepted that. Want to use freestyle motocross to continue future, and that's build that farm up a little bit better and run that.
That's a good
I'll
plan.
keep making those Wisconsin FMX stickers though, Clint.
There you go. I need to send you eMOTOcon stickers.
I feel like a bad friend because I haven't got those yet.
You got a droid, so you can't even get them. In your face.
Which is what I knew. So damn it. I've been a bad friend. Actually, you missed the wedding, so you're the worst friend.
That's true. I know it.
Kuzno came to the wedding. He was the only motorcycle dude that came to the wedding.
Oh, yeah? Dude,
He just happened to be down in Chicago for the monster truck stuff. And so he came up to the wedding and hung out for a day and a half or so.
Yeah. I wish I could have, dude. I literally...
No, it's not a big... Just giving you a hard time because I can right now.
I know. I'm trying to pay my leg off. I literally am paying my leg off and that truck.
Dude, I don't doubt it. That's that was a huge expense. I think I'm still paying on mine.
Well.
Doctor bill.
Yeah.
I wonder how much money you and I paid in doctor bills.
I figured it out. I've healed about 4 years of my life. I've spent about 4 years of my life as an invalid.
That's gross, man.
I'm appreciative of, walking and everything, talking right now. And when things happen in life now, it's like I just did a set this past weekend for comedy. And I got to a point where I fucking, something happened and I forgot the rest of my jokes. And for some reason, I just went blank. I didn't even revert to the stuff that I know that works or whatever. When I went into my mind, it was just a blank white sheet of paper. I just locked up. And as shitty as that is, I'm fine. Hurt my ego a little bit. That's it.
Right? We definitely got tougher. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no point in pouting.
No.
That does nobody good.
Exactly. Freaking out doesn't ever help. So you might as well just suck it up and be like, well, I guess this is what we're doing now. So.
That's exactly it. Can you run? I can't run.
I'm getting close. I kind of jogged the other day carrying a kettlebell. I'll hike with a 25-pound kettlebell and just carry it, switch hands and fucking, just to have a load on my body, especially because my shoulders are fucked. I blew the one shoulder out. The other one's kind of got some kind of tear. So, Drunk bus.
Yeah.
Bro, I
guess
drove
the kicker with my leg is I can't straighten my leg that I broke the plateau on. I think my left leg goes like -2 degrees of straightness, and my plateau leg that I broke is like +4. It won't let me straighten it out.
Oh, there you go. That's why I can't straighten mine. No. I can, but it sucks. It like cracks at the end. You there? You locked up.
The doctor did say that eventually it would stretch itself out. I'd be able to straighten it, but man, it's taking its sweet time, that's for sure.
Yeah, my knee's fucking garbage. I'm really bummed because my shoulders and knees and everything were good right up until the last like 6 years, and then I just fucked them all up. I broke a collarbone. I separated this shoulder. Then I tore my rotator cuff real bad, ripped my rear deltoid right off, broke that femur at the same time, my right femur, and then I did my tib fib and my tibial plateau and my meniscus at the same time. So there's all my, when I did my shoulder separation, I also tore my rotator cuff. So yeah, I wasted both shoulders and one hip and one knee within the last 6 years of my career. And
it's tough, that's for sure.
I was just informed I did not drive the drunk bus home from the after party.
What?
I was just informed I didn't drive the truck home from the after party that night.
Who did?
Guess.
Was it fucking me?
No. No.
Oh, A-Star.
Yeah. Maybe. No. I don't know who that is.
Lindsay Star?
Yeah. There you go. You got it.
That makes sense. She served us those bottles of or those shots of Jack.
All this does, all this is coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Was it Jack? I feel like I was probably drinking Jim Beam by that point in my life.
Ooh, could have been.
Because we switched to Beam when I was in Joey Casey's house, yeah.
For some reason, I remember it being Jack. I was like, you know what? We're doing cowboy shit because Ross was there.
Maybe. Maybe I just went along with it. It's possible.
Yep.
But typically, I would definitely go Beam. Especially I started doing Beam Rye by then.
Puts a smile on your face. A shot of Beam and a beer, and let's go ride Youngstown or fucking Robertson somewhere.
Yeah. No, that's a good story too, which I almost told earlier. I went there with Gary, Austin. It may have just been us. And we went to that little shitty bar right there. Boca wasn't around yet. He was like, you can't go there until I'm there. So we stopped by this little shitty bar that Gary knew of right off the exit. And I had like a beer and a shot. And then he had like another beer and another shot. And then we got out of there and we smoked. And then we go to Youngstown. And he and I were so amped. It was like a race to jump everything. And I never jumped everything so fast ever before. Like, we literally went through the small rhythm, turned around, blasted the ramps back, and then turned around and went through the big rhythm, just like all in one, like as soon as we got there. So then, actually that same jump, it may have been when Jack was there and flipped that thing. I'm not sure. But it was around the same time period because that weird second gear pin double was there, the dirt double that Jack tried to flip. And you had to like roll over that thing and on the landing, and as soon as you got to the downside, just second gear, roll it to the stop, and it was perfect. Everything it had. And Austin, I see him talking to Gary. Austin and Gary are talking, and then Austin goes and hits that jump or whatever. And I talked to Austin later, and he was like, Gary rolls up to me. He just met him that day, so he didn't know him at all. He's like, I've known this guy all of 3 hours. He goes, he rolls up to me. His fucking eyes are beat, like bloodshot red. They're all fucking. He's sweating like maniac inside of his goggles, and he just goes, "Hey, roll over that landing. Second gear pinned. You can't. It's perfect." And he's like, "Oh my God, does this guy know what he's talking about right now, or what?" And I was like,
G-Rob for sure.
I was like, "Fuck yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Don't worry about it. Uncle Gary's not gonna fucking steer you wrong."
Uncle Gary's out there sweating that beam out.
Yeah, don't worry about Uncle Gary. I heard he's like, well, I mean, I've talked to him a little bit. I've talked to him about having him on here, and he's worried about working the internet.
He needs that guy.
I'm like, dude, you got little kids. They'll figure that shit out. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. They probably know what Google Hangouts is already.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just Gary doesn't.
I feel like,
and that scares him.
I feel like this should be better known because like Skype sucks compared to this.
Yeah, I didn't know about this until you this morning.
Yeah. And we didn't even, everybody has a Google account, whether it's YouTube or whatever. Everybody has some kind of Google account. So all you gotta do is get the app and you're good to go.
They make you sign up for Google when you get a phone nowadays.
There you go.
Man, some G-Rob stories. There's me and that character and you had some great times. Weren't you with us in Laredo, Texas, when we were sitting in his van or in his rig, his hauler? We wanted to leave Laredo, but he had a giant bag of green, and we had to stay there and try to smoke it all.
I don't know. Sounds familiar, but I'm so bad at all these stories. Do you remember we were in Louisiana, and we were staying like under this roofed-in area? You know, like the exit to the arena or the loading dock to the arena was right there. And we're like, it's all underneath the roof. And then there's like another exposition center on the other side. And we're parked right by the entrance and exit to the other side. And it's like a kids' karate tournament or something. Because kids are walking in and out of there all day in their karate things. And there's just smoke rolling out of the box, man. And the security guard from the building comes over and he goes, "Hey, I mean, I understand what's going on here or whatever." He's like, "I've fucking been backstage for Motley Crue and fucking Poison or whatever." He's like, "Don't you worry about it." Like, do whatever.
Have at it.
There was another one we were at,
That's
I think
awesome.
it was Chicagoland Speedway, and we're sitting outside, and we're supposed to ride like outside in this parking lot. And it's literally raining all day, so we're just sitting in the box fan smoking, and somebody looks through like the windshield of the van and sees somebody walking towards it, and it's a promoter, and so he's like so close to the van already, so Gary's like, "Oh fuck," so he just opens the door and like hops out and runs out to talk to him, and the guy's like, "Well, it stopped raining, can you guys ride?" And we went out there and, messed around to dry it up a little bit and rode like, whatever, half an hour, 40 minutes later. And actually Jack was there, and it was all wet, and he takes our gas and dumps our gas out on the run-in and lights it on fire. That was his idea. So now there's just burnt oil and gas on the run-in along with water, and I'm like, this is like twice as slick, Jack.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was 17. He thought it through well.
He's only
Probably that.
17.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Dude, I wish we would have videoed it all so we could have remembered it. That's for sure.
I think it's probably better that we didn't.
No, that's true. That's true.
I do remember.
That's very true.
Do you remember being somewhere riding around looking for a bar, and we're smoking in your truck, and then all of a sudden this cop pulls up. We're driving through the parking lot at this point, and a cop comes fucking pulling up to us, and I literally just sat on it, and he just sticks his head right in the door. He's like, "What are you guys looking for?" We're like, "We're looking for a bar." And he's like, "Oh, it's right up that little street over there, right across the way."
Yeah. He was the only car in the parking lot of this place that we like turned around.
But we went up and down. We turned around like 7 times because we couldn't find that little road.
Such a nice guy, though. Pointed us right where we needed to go.
Yeah, he just goes, "No, it's right over there. You just gotta go." He's like, "You're on the wrong side of the road. It's straight over there. You're good to go." And we're like,
Yeah, that's nice.
"Okay, thank you."
That doesn't happen everywhere. Yeah, epic.
Yeah, we're like
I always told Connor, I'm a people person. People like me.
Yo, that wasn't. I don't know what happened there.
The wind was blowing the wrong direction, clearly.
Yeah, right.
We got lucky there.
For sure.
No, I totally do remember that. That's funny. That's great. I have no idea what town or where we were.
Yeah.
But, yep, for sure.
Yeah, that's back when we didn't have GPSs on our phones.
Yeah, had to use maps.
Wait, we might have had GPS, but it wouldn't. I don't think we must not have. I don't think we did.
No, we might have had the actual GPS that like went on the windshield.
Maybe.
But not on our phones. Yeah. Hilarious.
You know who else I gotta get is
We've had some.
Grave It.
You should get Grave It on here.
Because
Absolutely. We've had some epic times, that's for sure, Clint. I went through pictures when Paul passed away, and I've got some pictures of you and I here and there. And,
oh yeah.
The plaques of doubles downstairs that we won here and there. Yep. We couldn't ever win on our own, but if you put us together, we'd win doubles.
Yeah. No. Definitely never won any individuals, but I've won a couple of things.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were in like Florida or something, and we sprayed the floor with Coke syrup, and then overnight the AC kicked on or something. The humidity came through the floor, and it got slick as fuck. And remember Greg like swung out wider than the running mat and spun
with Jason.
With Jason, yeah, spun all the way up until he hit the end. Oh, that was your landing. He dropped the front end and knocked the wing off of it. And then somebody else crashed in their double run. And then it was me and Dan Newth. And he's like, "I don't want to ride." And I was like, "Hey, what are you, crazy?" I said, "You want one of those plaques?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "At this point, all we got to do is 3 or 4 jumps and not fucking die. And we got some plaques." I'm like, "Everybody else is fucking crashed their ass off." He's like, "You're right, you're right." And I was like, "All right, let's just do simple 3-4 simple jumps." I said, "We're good." He's like, "All right, we won the plaques." And he was like, "Thanks, man." This was like his first plaque, I guess, that he won. I was like, "Hey, let's just settle down. We didn't even got to do anything crazy at this point. Everybody else is fucked up."
Right. I want to say that was in like Mississippi or something.
Maybe. That sounds kind of right now that you say that.
I feel like it was. We definitely had some great times, my friend, for sure. Cheers.
I'm out of beer.
Nostrovia. Yeah, I'm out of this one too. Dang it, I gotta pee again.
No, that's cool. It's 11. We've already done 2 hours, so that's normally what we do.
That's good times, buddy.
Yeah, we'll do it again for sure.
Thanks for having me. Let's talk more.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch on and off the air.
I like it. Psycho Sports Cartel from Wisconsin.
There you go. What else you need? What else you need to get out there?
That's all I got.
All right.
That's all I got.
And we FMX.
Wisconsin FMX.
That's him.
What we do.
And the ginger kid.
Yeah, we got 4-wheelers and stuff too, because it gets cold up here and you need 4 tires and snow.
You got to plow, yeah. How else are you going to clean your driveway?
Exactly.
All right.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Love you long time. You tell Nick the same thing.
Yeah, man. We're out. Later.